this one has to go down as one of your more memorable ones to dominate the stat sheet and kind of barely win.
Yeah. Winning's a lot better than what we were talking about 2 weeks ago, right? Like listen, the old adage is by 1 or 100. It really doesn't matter. There's a few things where we stubbed our toe tonight, but there's a bunch of really good. There's a lot of question marks. A lot of people question what this team was capable of coming out of the Presbyterian game, and I told y'all everything was open for discussion and debate, and we were going to peel back the layers of everything and get back to the basics and find out who loved football and put them in great positions to try to be successful. And we did that a bunch tonight. And the time of possession, we ran the ball more effectively than we've been. We did a reasonable job keeping the quarterback clean in the pocket. Obviously started a true freshman tonight at quarterback, and I really thought he played exceptionally. He was 26 of 37 for 316 yards and a touchdown, and we were in much better rhythm tonight, and I think he did a really nice job. And it also starts up front. I thought our O-line did a much better job both in the run game and the pass game.
Coach, what made you want to switch up the QB room? Because obviously you had some guys with some BS programs, experience, and then you go with a freshman. Second year in a row you've done that. What was kind of the decision into that?
Everything kind of diverts back to practice, and we're in a production business, and I didn't think Braden was quite ready as the season was starting. Throw him out there against a really talented UC Davis team, and then DJ did some good things in that game, leading us into Presbyterian, and then we're a little stagnant and thought we needed a spark, and it wasn't as much about DJ wasn't doing stuff. It was more that Braden was really practicing at a high level. I don't think he had an incompletion on this Wednesday's practice, and so we kind of saw it all week, and then you saw that carry over into the game. And I thought our wideouts made a couple clutch catches, and just hit the young man's practice habits and the way he functions, and he's calm and cool and collective, and he earned the right to start.
And then you talked a bunch about practice last week, getting guys in full pads.
Yeah.
I think you saw that a lot today. The hustle plays, whether that was Bliss's punch at the 1 to get the touchback, some great kick coverage. Even in the fourth quarter, the whole defense just came alive. It felt like you credit tonight's win to those padded scrimmages all week.
I do. I pat him to effort plays too. Like we talked a bunch about every kid, every person has a 1/11th of a job to do, and you don't know when your 1/11th executed at a high level is going to be the game-breaking play, and so you have to play every rep like it's going to be your time. And you saw that with Tommy Bliss. You saw that with Drew Clare on the big fourth down stop on the second to last series. You saw it with our All-American Andrew Zock on the very last series. Their success also was bred by us. They were off the field a lot more tonight. We held the ball almost 18, 19 more minutes than Wofford did, and so it's all a team game and it all goes together. But certainly those kids came up in massive moments, and those stops at critical downs. We held them to 2 of 12 on third down and 0 for 2 on fourth down, so they were 2 of 14. And you're going to win a lot of football games if you can continue to do that.
And in the trenches, obviously, O-line really set a great game for C.J. Miller. He had 2 touchdowns. I mean,
He did.
How big was that for you guys to have him not only in the running game but in the passing game?
Yeah, it's good to see. It's good to see guys get going, right? Like we've seen it in spurts from C.J. Over last season and then this year, and we as a team in general got to do a better job with ball security. Like we'll really press that. Sometimes ball security is a weird thing. Sometimes you don't want to talk about it and it won't happen. You start talking about it a bunch, and you start spilling the beans a bunch. So, but we'll be real diligent in what we're working on with our ball security, because although I don't think we lost many of them, we put way too many on the ground tonight. And then we just got to work to finish more in the red zone. I think that's the biggest thing, right? Like the score could have been more indicative of the stat line had we finished in the red zone a little bit. We took a field goal on one. We were on the 1-inch line, settled for a field goal in the first. We were on the 1-inch line and missed a field goal. We were on, we're down in the red zone and we had a fumble. And so those are the things that we got to get really cleaned up. But there's a lot of good that our kids can glean from this tape. We're going to let them enjoy it because they really did earn the victory. And we'll come back and start clean everything up tomorrow and get ready for a really good Citadel team.
I think another question I would have is, I think halfway through the second, when you mentioned it, you guys are at the 2, you're up 10, you held them pretty much all game on offense. Why'd you choose to take 3 instead of trying to go for 7 from the 2?
Well, we had been on the inch line and we went backwards, and so I'm not trying to be a smart aleck. I really just didn't. At that point, I didn't love the way we were surging off the football in those very short situations, and it's early in the game. I felt it was more important to take points at that time in what could have been a close game and was a close game, and so I opted to go for the points instead of the play.
And then I think it was about 9 minutes to go. Was it Cord or Bell that went down on that big play that stopped the game? I couldn't see.
Yeah, it was Tyrell Cord.
Is he doing okay?
Yeah, as far as we know, again, I don't want to get too into the medical stuff, but I believe he's doing good, and it was more, precautionary. But we'll check. That's the first thing I'm going to check on as soon as I get out of here.
As an offensive lineman, are those red zone issues what you'll cringe at when you look at that?
Yeah, I don't even know that I'll wait to cringe at. I was cringing at it on the sideline, and listen, our O-line coach does a tremendous job, and to me, again, you try to develop a personality, a demeanor, and it has to be a certain way when you're that tight down in there. You got to be able to get the ball in the end zone, right? And it's kind of like, listen, if I move my man into the end zone and I'm standing in the end zone, there's a good chance our ball carrier is going to be in the end zone as well. And so we got to get that mindset going, and we got to be a little bit better. I think in the one where we took a loss, we missed a run-through linebacker, and again, that's kids not playing hard. That's execution thing, and we'll get their eyes right and get them going in the right direction.
One of the other things, obviously, was their big play. They didn't complete many passes, but the ones they did were big plays and touchdowns.
Yeah, the one in the first half we tripped. Our guy got his feet kind of tangled and cut their guy loose, and then their second long play coming out of the half, they beat us on a good double move. So.
Simple stuff, nothing you really saw that.
No, I mean, I hate big plays, right? Like, I mean, you guys have known enough about us. I mean, one of the hallmarks of Jamal Brown defense is we do a good job keeping stuff in front of us, and we're really hard to run the ball against. And so, we really work hard to limit those big plays. So yeah, we're not brushing them aside, but sometimes stuff happens when a kid falls down, and then the other, we go back to the technical piece and the eyes, and again, evaluate whether we had them in the right position, and you clean it up and you move on. And fortunately, we're on the plus side of a close game today, so we'll get the opportunity to do it with a positive manner tomorrow.
Was this the way you had to win this game? Maybe the best way to do it, to kind of keep the momentum of, we got to grind, we got to keep doing our stuff. It's every play matters. If you'd have been too good,
Yeah.
coming out of the gate after
The coach in me says, yeah, I'd like to earn every single thing. My blood pressure would indicate otherwise. I would like it to be a little bit less contested, but listen, again, with some of the youth on our football team, what you're going to see is it's a wide open league right now, right? I mean, I don't know what the scores from around the conference look like today, but I know it's really hard to win college football games, and we're lucky enough where we've come out on the right side more than we haven't, and I'm proud of our kids. That bye week could have gone one of two ways, and they chose to work hard and not be divisive or point fingers other than at themselves. And we as coaches point them at ourselves, and we came to work every day. And again, there's stuff execution-wise to clean up, but we had tremendous effort tonight, and I'll take that every day of the week.
when people were kind of having to reapply for their jobs a little bit in the off week, how much did it change your rotation of playing time? I know you don't get specific, but were there a number of people that moved up on how much they played? Just because they were.
Yeah, I mean, and it could be people that are playing an expanded role as like a 1B instead of a 1A, right? And we roll a bunch of guys in defensively, especially. But there's some injuries going around at certain positions, and so we're trying to a little bit of the college crud. There's some sore throat and that stuff going around too, some sickness, and so you try to just have the same combination of guys as often as you can, and again, we try to put some of those things up for contention last week, and then throughout the course of this week, we really tried to hone into who we were going to play more in the game and try to get them more reps. again, because with a young team, I think the game-like reps are as important as anything.
Did you play more people than usual, you think, today?
I think so, yeah. I mean, off the cuff, yeah. We went into it planning to play a few more,
Yeah.
so.
I'm good if you are.
Yeah, I'm good.
Everybody good? Thank you, guys. We appreciate y'all.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep. Sit down and get sore when you get old.
I was wondering if you had a flask of Pepto sitting there for the second half.
I just take it before it's prescribed.
Zach, how's it going?
Good,
How'd you
good.
feel
How
about
you
the end
doing?
of that game?
Man, that's the best feeling in the world. That's what we work for, man. And I don't do it without my teammates and my coaches and everybody around here who's bought in so much. And it just so happened that it was my turn to go make a big play to change the game. And there's no better feeling than that, man, to come out with a win.
And in the second half, it seems like you guys adjusted really well. You guys seem to be getting to the football a lot faster. What were your coaches telling you, at the halftime break or even in between drives, just to keep you guys motivated throughout the game?
Yeah. So, I mean, right out of halftime, obviously they had a few big plays and they put up 2 touchdowns real quick. But after that, we know we had to get back to what we do, play our football and just be disciplined across the board, all 3 levels. We had to be physical and get off the ball. We had a couple more situations where we were able to actually get off the ball up front, and it worked out. Like we had quite a few tackles for loss and stops. We stopped reverses and tosses and sweeps and stuff in the second half. And those are the type of plays. Anytime you can back an offense up behind the sticks, that's the type of position you want to get them in.
Seems like you guys are just all on the same page. As soon as a big play is made, sidelines going crazy. Just talk about the energy right now. You guys are coming off a tough loss in the bye week. It seems like everybody is on the same page, even in spite of that.
Oh yeah, I think Coach Jacobs mentioned it. Like he challenged us, and we challenged each other. Like the people who lead around here, and everybody really, we all challenged each other. We had a couple live situations where we were able to go at it with our offense. And I think that did really good for us. It got our young quarterback a lot of reps who played a great game today. The O-line, they continue to improve, and just going against them, like, it makes us better. But as far as the energy goes, like, that was a big thing that we harped on. Like, we got to be intense on the sideline. We got to get the crowd into the game because that's part of the home field advantage is you got more people that are dressed out. You got more of your fans. Like, if you can really get up, like, on a third down, like there at the end of the game, where you can get everybody up and into the game, like, it really boosts the people that are on the field.
And then what's next for you? Like just going into the next week, big game, another conference game.
Yep.
It seems like this conference is so unpredictable. Just what are you telling your guys in your position room just to keep everybody on that same page?
Oh, man, just celebrate the win tonight. We got 24 hours, and we'll get in the film room. We'll clean up the mistakes that we made from this game because, I mean, we dominated in some parts of the game when you look at the stats, but we gotta execute in critical downs at some points. We gotta hold on to the football, but those are all things that can be cleaned up. Like we did a really good job in all 3 phases of the game, I would say. But we're gonna celebrate this win, first one in the win column, and then we'll be in here tomorrow watching film, recovering, getting our bodies right, and then we'll get started getting ready to look at Citadel and what they do. And we'll be locked and loaded for that game, just like we were for this one.
Was there any little bit of frustration because you're kind of controlling the game, you're kind of controlling the line, and then you're down, you're losing, and then you're creeping back, and it's like you can't put them out. Was there any point where people were starting to get a little, not frustrated like you're griping at each other, just like, what's going on?
I mean, that can happen at any time. I think we've done a pretty good job of staying level-headed as a group on both sides of the ball. We can trust our offense, and I fully believe that our offense can trust us when we go out there. And like there was no point where I was ever down, and I feel like it was the same across the board. Like we're on the sideline, we're ready to get back out there and make a play so we can go end up winning the game. Like obviously you go down, and it's like, oh, that was quick. We got to get back into it, but I don't think we ever like wavered. I think that we were fully confident in ourselves, and we just stuck to the game plan, and we believed in our coaches and the players that we were playing with. And I mean, that's really all you got to do when you get in them situations is just stick to what you know.
On the last play, when you were lined up, did you foresee an open path?
Oh man.
Just before the snap, did you see that you were going to have a shot?
Yeah, we had. It was real lucky. We had a little timeout right before, so I was able. I'm sitting in there with my coach. I'm trying to tell him like what type of move I want. I feel like I can do. I'm talking to other D linemen like, what do I think is going to get us to the quarterback the fastest? And I told him I'm gonna fake the inside move, and I'm ended up going outside. And the tackles played a pretty good game today on both sides for Wofford's O-line. But my time came, and I knew I put in a lot of work for this, and I trust my teammates, and I knew that I was ready for this moment. So I just went and got the quarterback. That's what I love to do.
Did you get chipped at all? Did he make any contact with you?
Oh, I mean, he got his hands out there, but I was able to knock him down and bend around to the quarterback. And
Is there a point where you're almost yelling because you see that you have an open shot at a quarterback?
oh, in my head, yeah, I mean, I ain't making no noise. It might slow me down, but in my head, I'm like, man, I see the quarterback just holding the ball like this. There's nobody else in my way, so I'm just going to get him.
Think I'm good if you are?
I'm good.
How good? Appreciate y'all, man.
I think you and I go to the same barber, Zach.
For real?
Fiona?
Oh, I did go there one time. I haven't went there in a while.
Okay.
Yeah, she's real cool.
She is.
Quarterback. That boy right there's the truth.
How's it going?
It's going good.
What's going through your head right now? You know, just walk us through this week. When did you find out you were starting? What are you feeling pregame, and what are you feeling right now after a pretty intense win?
Just coming off that PC loss. You know, Jacobs had told me like jobs open, and I feel like I had a really good 2 weeks of practice, and when it came to the decision, they announced it, and I was starting, and you know, for a first start going 1-0, you feel excited about that, happy. But really, all the credit goes to my teammates, man. Like throughout the whole week, just they're saying they have my back, and they'll go to war with me and all of that. So really, it's just all to my teammates.
And then it seems like you had a great relationship with your receivers as well. Kendall Harris, Braden Smith, all those guys. Just, you know, what were you telling each other throughout the game to just keep the momentum going? It seems like you just found every pass that you were throwing in the short to medium game.
Yeah, it really goes back to the spring because, you know, I enrolled early and just getting all those reps with them and getting extra work with them and really just love to see going out there and making it happen. Just all the reps, all throwing with them and practice. Knew it was going to happen. Knew we had a couple beaters against their defense, and it worked out.
Did your family make it down to the game? I know they're up.
They did. They're all behind you.
Oh, are they really?
Yeah.
I didn't even see that. Well, how great is that to have your family here with you to celebrate?
It's amazing. Yeah, they put so much blood, sweat, and tears into just helping me get into the position I am today. Ever since I was a little kid, they would always just help me, and I have nothing but love for them.
And then I would say maybe the biggest throw of the game was to C.J. Miller on that play. What's going through your head? You're just hitting him on a back shoulder catch. He leaps out, catches it. Just crowd goes crazy. You know, just walk me through that.
That one's funny because he came up to me earlier this week and was like, "Hey, Braden, hey, if you got me, throw it. I'm gonna go get it." So I put all my trust in him, and that's another guy making huge plays for us on offense.
And then what are you just hoping to do? I just asked the same question to Zach, but for you, just what are you hoping to do tonight, next week, to get ready for another big conference game?
Yeah, just really, for me, just eliminating the turnovers. Had 2 picks where I feel like I tried to do too much. So just playing my ball and still just limiting the turnovers. And then just as an offense, we got down to the red zone a lot, and we just got to punch the ball, and we can't settle for that many field goals.
When did he tell you were going to start?
He told me yesterday, but everyone kind of knew I was getting a lot of snaps throughout the week, so I was pretty sure I was starting.
How nervous do you get? You know, you didn't really have to get too nervous, did you?
Yeah, I kind of pride myself in not getting too high, not getting too low. So, you know, there was definitely a couple of nerves pre-game, but I feel like I stayed calm and I was able to play my ball.
What did you feel like in practice you had earned it?
Mhm.
Because the lights got to come on at some point.
Yeah.
When did you kind of feel like I feel like I can start for this team, and it's not just confidence, it's reality?
Definitely when we went those 2 days of live pads, you know, Coach Jacobs kind of threw me into the fire, having the quarterbacks go live, and I had a pretty good week of practice that week, and I was like, if I can really like step it up, I could really be big part of this team. So that's really when it clicked for me.
I know Coach kind of talked about it all week, being live, getting those game-like atmospheres going. How big was that for you as a quarterback in tonight's game and getting to the win?
It was really big. I took a good hit from Zalk in practice, so it really got me ready for the game, I'll say. But just going live for everybody, like I felt like we were playing fast, physical, and I feel like we could look back at those 2 days and we had a great practice all around, offense, defense, and special teams.
What were you worried about as far as your game coming into this? Like, I have to do this. This is what I'm worried about, that you didn't have any trouble with.
It was really just finding my receivers, finding the spots in the zone, just being on the same page that we worked all that time for in practice, and it worked out this game. So
Y'all are playing so well. You look at the stat sheet, and it's kind of silly, but you're losing a lot
Yeah.
of the game. As a young guy, did you start to get stressed out at all, or did you just think just go give me the ball again?
just staying even kill, and just going out there. Hey, we got to put the ball in the touchdown, and we just not really worrying about the score as much as just going playing our ball. So,
Good.
thank you.
Thanks, man. Congrats.